Only after seeing the jade pendant dropped by the little beggar, did the wealthy couple realize that the siblings who had sneaked into their house to steal might very well be their children who had gone missing 5 years ago. It turns out that 5 years ago, the nanny secretly pushed the stroller into the river. Fortunately, the 2 children survived, and were rescued and raised by a kind-hearted granny until they were 5. However, the granny was in poor health, so the children had to make a living by scavenging every day. One day, they returned home to find the granny collapsed on the floor. The siblings hurriedly helped her up, and picked up the heart-saving pills to give to her, but the granny just shook her head without saying a word, knowing her time was near. She then took out a jade pendant from her bag, saying it was on them when she found them by the river, and instructed the siblings to find their biological parents in the city after she passed away. After saying this, the granny passed away, leaving the siblings heartbroken and crying. Meanwhile, the wealthy couple had been searching for their children for the past 5 years. To ease their pain, they even adopted a daughter, unaware that this was all part of the nanny scheme, and the adopted child was actually the nanny's own daughter. After burying the granny, the siblings went to the city to find their parents, but they were penniless, and after several days of hunger, they had to search for food in trash bins. When they found some stale buns and were devouring them, a nearby supermarket owner saw them, and drove them away, fearing they would affect his business. Helpless, the siblings dodged repeatedly, realizing the owner didn't intend to hit them, so they went back to him, showing him the jade pendant and asking if he had seen it before. The owner, seeing the pure and translucent pendant, had a malicious thought. The siblings, thinking the owner wanted to steal their pendant, quickly reached out to take it back. The pendant fell to the ground, and they hurriedly picked it up. The commotion scared off the store's customers, and the owner vented his anger on the siblings, making them work in the store to pay off their debt. However, their minds were only focused on finding their parents. At that moment, someone entered the store to shop. The owner, fearing it would affect his business, quickly pushed the siblings into the back room, unaware that the customers were actually the siblings' parents. Tomorrow was the adopted daughter's birthday, and the wealthy couple had come to buy a harmonica as a gift for her. After they left, the owner searched the siblings' bag, but found nothing valuable. He then thought of the wealthy family's birthday celebration tomorrow, and planned to send the siblings to steal some items from their house. The siblings refused, shaking their heads. They remembered what the granny had said, stealing is wrong, but under the threat of the boss, they had no choice but to agree to his demands. The owner deceitfully promised that if they stole some jewelry, he would tell them the secret of the jade pendant. Seeing how ragged they looked, the owner instructed them to clean up so they could blend in at the wealthy house the next day. Early the next morning, the owner took the siblings out, having them sneak around the back door of the wealthy house. They tiptoed into a room, and began searching for valuable items. They opened cabinets and drawers, but found no jewelry after a long search. At that moment, the brother found a family photo deep in a drawer. The child in the photo resembled the sister, and she noticed that the other child looked like her brother. Little did they know, the children in the photo were actually themselves when they were younger. Meanwhile, the living room was bustling with activity, as the wealthy couple celebrated their adopted daughter's birthday. Suddenly, they realized they had left the jade pendant in the room, so they asked the nanny to retrieve it, only for her to catch the 2 little thieves.